Wowzers. What's up, everybody? Whew. It is a beautiful, I guess it's evening, afternoon, whatever the fuck it's called right now. It looks nice outside. I see the sunset. This is the first time in I think, I'm thinking 39 years that I've seen this sunset, bro. It feels like it anyways. It's giving me energy. It's giving me life. What's up, Papa Alex, you handsome devil? Lucky. West Coast quite rainy right now. Oh, that's Spotify. Dude, you know what? What am I listening on Spotify anyways? Oh, random shit. Let me tell you guys, I'm kind of glad the West Coast is getting hit with stuff, all right? Because you know what? Us in East Coast getting hit with too much snow. I want you guys to have some of that stuff now, all right? You guys can have it. I'm done with it. I'm joking. I hope you guys all get good weather soon. I love it when it gets dark late. Yeah, dude. I feel like this is like more normal to me. Doing great, finished work, saw 2 of my videos at 20K. Let's fucking go, dude. And my boy's streaming. I'm very happy, I'm very proud, bro. What's up, Rob? What's up, Zach? What's up, Lance? What's up, Crazy Dave? What's up, Keebs? Real Codex, Lucky Alaska 6306. What's going on? Geeky Ed, Brownie, Ricky, Seabass, Rob. How you guys doing? Come to Florida and never snow here? I feel like Florida's intense. I've been told that it's pretty intense. Darko, what's up? Purplish, Rufus, Stuwas, how you doing? How you guys all doing tonight? I hope everyone's doing really well. That's all I can hope for. That's all I'm gonna say for that. I hope everyone's having a blessed day. Is Alex a Florida man? I don't really know. I've never been. So can't say that I've ever been to Florida. There's a lot of places that I have never been to in my life. Because I've never done traveling. So it is what it is. Florida man is a meme, is it? I guess it's more maybe local. My Alumizu set is finally shipping. Let me know how you like it. Honestly, not a big fan of the aluminum stuff myself. But hit me up next time you're in Florida. I'll take you to Disney World. Okay, I wouldn't actually mind going there. Disney World seems like it could be a lot of fun. But isn't Disney World kind of expensive? That I've been told. I wouldn't mind going to all those places eventually in my life. Disney World's pretty lit. Florida saving grace. All rested up, big guy. I definitely rested nice. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I slept in for an additional 30 minutes than I was supposed to today, but I felt like the 30 minutes was necessary, and I got all my work done. So today was stupid productive, bro. Very happy with that. And I played some games of Apex with Boomrazzle and Candy Roo today. Elquan, what's going on, dude? Alex, I finally got the courage to reach out to other designers to get some feedback. They actually gave me so much stuff to change. Really grateful. Hey, dude, that's the great thing about reaching out to people with IC checks and stuff. Let's go, man. What's up, JJW? Honestly, JJW, I'm in love with this color of play tray. This might be my favorite color. I don't know why, it just like, this vibes with my desk. It looks so good, dude. Look at this. It's just vibing. It's so good. It's the best. It's so nice. Oh, is that a thin bezel Alice board we're building tonight? It's a very pretty Alice board. It is very pretty. It's called the Alicia. I hope that I'm pronouncing it right, by the way. Lots of really nice stats, for example. Really good front height, which I think it was 18.5. I'm looking at some of the stats now. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff about this that I'm like, ooh, this strikes my fancy a lot. Yes, you pronounced it perfectly. Yes, I did something right. Also, it has the O-ring tab gasket system, which we've kind of seen in some of the other builds, which I've been kind of a fan of. Deadass getting it because, oh, you're getting it just because your wife's name is Alicia? God, see, now I just mispronounced it. Pricing seems pretty good on this too, but $400, which is not out of the norm for something custom and smaller run, but it looks really nice. It looks like a nice little Alice board. How are you guys doing like otherwise? Is everyone healthy? Is everyone doing all right? I Spy Cutie, Snoopy, please, dude. How you liking the bias? I'm liking it a lot. Everyone keeps telling me I should try that like foam stuff that came with it. So I might rebuild it. Although I kind of don't want to. I feel like my arm's being twisted now, but how am I? Better. My toe, unfortunately, guys, it's swollen. So, it's been a little bit tough to move around today. Dude, it's legitimately like red and swollen. So, yeah, I stubbed it twice badly yesterday. Fucking awful. Zay the banana, you know what I would never stub? You, Zay. All right? I hope you're having a great day. And just like bananas, you're extremely healthy. All right? Love you, dude. Hope you're having a great day. Cherry juice helps with swelling? For real? I've never had cherry juice. I just watched yesterday's stream and you stab yourself. Dude, I just fucking stubbed my toe, man. I mean, I do this often. I feel like I've been really good with it. And now lately, I'm just like, it's all happening again. It fucking sucks. Ball, thank you so much for the prime. I appreciate that. I think you were the first sub of the day. I appreciate that, dude. Put a steak in your sock. A steak? Do the daylight savings time? Yeah, it's honestly, listen. We do daylight savings. Do I agree with daylight savings? Not really. I just think it's so like, for your internal clock, it's just such a pain in the ass for a few days to adjust to it. Listen, that's my perspective. I don't need to be on no daylight savings bullshit. I forgot about the DST day and I was like, why am I so tired on Sunday? Yeah, daylight savings is stupid. Gaining an hour is nice, losing one sucks. Daylight savings is a pain. Yeah. I think daylight savings was for farmers and stuff. Sounds a bit outdated. Even if it was like, okay, maybe I just don't understand, right? Hear me out. Even if it was for farmers, why don't I know it's like, so it kind of like syncs their days with business, I suppose. But like, is it really that big of a deal? In Germany to waste less why aren't people just getting up earlier with the sunlight? Or just getting up with the, not even earlier, just getting up with the sunlight. I've honestly never understood anything. Like it escapes my brain and it just hurts my head, dude. They're all kind of data showing car accidents, heart attacks, workplace accidents, etc. all like crazy after time change. You're asking for common sense from the world, ... You're asking to apply logic? It's so stupid.
It
mindless.
was originally established in 1918 to save energy costs during World War I, according to the Library of Congress. The law was repealed about a year later due to the war's end, but implemented once again during World War II.
Bro, what energy are they talking about? Like, that's what I'm so confused about. What energy are we saving by moving the clock back? Clearly not internal energy. What's up, Candy? Dude, me, Candy, and Boom Razzle played some nice games today. We're trying to do a challenge that Candy issued us, which was get 5 wins in a row. We got to 4. And then the map changed, and then we kind of faltered a little bit, and we got pinched, and it didn't work. We got 4 wins, though. That wasn't too bad. So fun. It was a lot of fun. Apparently, Florida is never leaving DST from here on out. Never leaving? What do you mean by that? Like, never just like, that's it? They're done with it? Or... But thank you again, Manus. I appreciate the tier 1, dude. Less energy spent in homes as you extend daylight? Bro, that's what I still don't understand. You're not, like... Guys, am I just stupid? Like, do people think that you're extending, like, the day? I can't wrap my head around it. Is it just so, like, people get up earlier or something? Remember it was 1918? Oh, bro, this is hurting my head, guys. I'm not gonna lie, man. This combo is above me, man. This combo is killing me. The key set's very pretty. Yeah, I like Modolite a lot. It's basically just a relic of times now. You're in the winter and just, but not now because the clock is going forward. Man, I don't fucking know. QK80 or Envoy? IMO Envoy is a much nicer sounding keyboard. To me though, I like higher pitch clacky sounds. So that's just what I like. DS rotation done exactly 24 hours. DST compensates for that to some degree. I get that aspect of it. I guess I just don't get like, why not just wake up with the sun? You know? I honestly, you know what? I'm over it. I'm in the great state of Arizona. There's no, wait. You're telling me, listen, I don't know anything about the world, all right? You're telling me some states in the US don't participate in DST? Oh my God, dude. Nah, I'm done with this conversation now. This is just getting stupid. Is getting rid of it next year? Hawaii too? Jesus. All right, you know what, guys? Let's just build a keyboard today. Nice little note for me here. I already read this, but top, bottom PVD, outer piece are aluminum 6063. Inner weight is copper. Color is lavender. Typing angle is 4 degree, which I really like, by the way. Plate is Alu 5052. And then we have O-rings are 70 duro. All right. What's the board on your desk? That's the bias. Oops, wrong button. The bias. What's up, Alex? Hello. Oh, we got cute little, okay. Look at a map with solar time versus DST is all politics. Here's Link. There's a lot of colors here. Okay, I'm gonna have to study this later because I need to learn more about this. Are those LEDs? Yeah, these are all LEDs. So this is like blue, and then we got purple, white, warm white, which essentially is just like, you know, that nice yellow, and then we have pink. What's up, Ken Ball? How you doing? What board's on the desk? This is the bias, Candy Roo. It is a very, very awesome board. I have been using this TKL a lot recently. Look at the back here. Look at this beautiful back. It's a very pretty board. I prefer a lower typing angle. I do not like steep typing angles. For example, anything above 8 degrees is kind of uncomfortable for me. The only board that I think I can kind of mesh well with in that case is the Cyberboard, believe it or not. Come on, cable, don't fall off the edge.
2 months. That
hey,
flew by
Big
quickly.
Toast. You guys want a quick sound test? Thank you so much, Big Toast, man. Yeah, dude, time passes so fast when you're watching like Twitch and all that. I love the alphas. We're using strawberry jellies, which are a little bit more on the sharper sound. And to me, it just sounds like raindrops hitting a, I don't know, like a metal roof or something. It's so nice. Sadly, I'll be catching lesser streams from now on. Got a new job. Hey, Big Toast, if it meant you never catching a stream again and you got an awesome job that you love, I am all fucking happy for you, man. All right? Hopefully in the future, we get to see you more often, but I'm just glad that you're doing well, bro. Super random question. The plate on this is Alu. Have you ever experimented with streaming on YouTube? I did, and it was fun, but the problem is, it just doesn't feel the same as Twitch. I can't put a finger on it. The more like, oh, this is nice looking. Oh, this is nice. Oh, look at the thin bezels. I love this. The more I tried to stream on YouTube, I just couldn't do it. Like, I'd love to get back into it. Oh man, this is really pretty. Even that back piece, the way that kind of like peeks out from the top there. The shiny butt is delicious. Dude, the thin bezels are what's working me in right now. You guys know how I feel about thin bezels. I like a mixture, and I think obviously this Alice is like giving that, so. White is where 12 noon is, and blue is where noon is ahead. Oh, so basically there's just like tons of randomness, Bo. This is the #2 model of Deep Space. Wait, what is this, JJW? There are rare specimens of galaxy rocks. Galaxy rocks. Did I have any issues with my screws on the J-Wrist? I can't say I did. Accidental paste? Oh, wait. Accidental paste. It just got a little bit more interesting right now. What is JJW up to? JJW is up to... He's looking at rocks and galaxies and... interesting. Interesting. Is this a hint to something Mr. JJW is doing in the future with alien crystals? Are you doing something with alien crystals? Accidental paste. Rock keyword next. Justin is going to be trying some new things. Teja was talking about audiophiles who put rocks in their amps. Is Nathan putting rocks in his amps to improve audio? Dude, there are so many weird things. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I've tried doing some weird shit with audio too. All of it is just, to me, most of it is either very small gains or snake oil, dude. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. Most of it is snake oil. I get rocks in my pants. Yeah, dude. But you have to remember, and I'm not knocking. Okay, I don't mean this in any sort of mean-spirited way. So I just want everyone to understand this. I think with audio, there's like, it's acceptable almost to have that level of like weird snake oil shit, where in keyboards, it's kind of sniffed out and like shunned if you do snake oil on keyboards. There is still snake oil in keyboards, but I feel like it's more like aired out, you know? Like people don't give a shit about it. It's I don't know why that is, but I just feel like that's the difference in the community there, like the difference in like what people like and what people want. Also, let's see the side view of this. Oh man. Now this is a nice looking keyboard. This is one of the few Alyssias that I'm genuinely like very impressed by. Does it have feet on it? It does. Okay, good. Ooh, this is pretty. This is like, oh man, I love the copper internal weight. I love this PVD piece. It has a little diffused area for the LEDs. Oh, this looks great. We might have to put frost switch after I said I would never take it off that board. Maybe we put Blurple on this today. Blurple might look really nice. This is really nice. Actually, I don't know if this uses a standard PCB. Does it? I'm pretty, you know what, this actually might use a standard PCB. Does it say? I like the mounting style of it though. It does? Oh, that's even better if it uses a standard. The mounting style is what's interesting to me. Do we have to break this off? Ooh. my favorite part. Use the standard one? Perfect. Ooh. See, this is gonna be so nice. So basically here is where we're gonna put those O-rings. And it's gonna kind of mount like the hex, like the ripple, etc., etc. My only concern with the plate like this, I can already see it happening. Because it's thinner on the edges here, you gotta be careful. This is not like a design flaw or nothing, but like, sometimes these compress in. And I can see it already happened to one over there, so maybe we have to fix that. You just gotta be careful you don't put too much pressure or they'll kind of curve in a little bit. Hi Yami, how you doing? Weird mount. It's honestly a very fun mounting style. It feels really good. What I've noticed is more of the more surface, or I guess more surface that you cover with like a mounting style, like an O-ring, the more that the sound kind of feels like it's just cleaner. This makes me so nervous doing this still. I've done this for so many boards, but to this day, it doesn't get any easier. The clock on your desk is cool. Yeah, I really like it. It's from Parallel, actually. Isolated O-rings, interesting. It's kind of like the hacks. We've seen it on a few boards already. Oh, guess what I'm going to be getting in soon too, guys? I asked for one to give away as well, so the new Think 6.5. Got some new Thinks coming in, and we'll give away one too. Hey, Beer Fart, thank you so much for the tier 1, dude. It's kind of satisfying. It's still nerve-wracking. All right. So, McLovin Studio, love that. So, how many stabs do we need? Actually, you know what? I don't even think I've ever asked the owner what their username in Twitch was, because I'm not keeping this, and I'd like to know what they'd want for a layout. I never asked. I'm assuming split right, and then enter, backspace, left, and then... That's me? Oh, okay, Non, is that you? What do you want for a layout? I never asked you, I totally forgot. Okay, stabs, here we are. Yeah, it's a beautiful... This keyboard's pretty. Like, it's genuinely very pretty. One of the few projects that's not usually something I'd like that I really like. Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, I don't love Alice keyboards. Okay, to kind of explore the way this looks a little bit too. Side profile, I love when they have like the chamfered split kind of design like that. And then if you guys can see this, there's this beautiful like curve that's happening over here too on the side profile. Split right shift, sounds good. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. So it kind of adds to that beautiful side profile with the seam on the side there too. Very, very pretty. Obviously some fingerprints, so ignore that. Very nice. The way it curves into the way it hits. Yeah, that's actually a really nice point as well, as you guys can see there too. Beautiful, beautiful. I love how it doesn't shy away from using screws on this either. You know me. I much prefer this over those hidden screw designs. Kind of hate hidden screw designs. I mean, it's obviously preference. Please understand that it's preference. Got the O-rings in there too. I was actually about to wonder where the O-rings were. I need this board on my desk for sure. Only Alice had ever desired was the AMA. Oh, that one? Dude, I'm not gonna lie. That one there was a little bit out there for me. You know, I've never seen this stab set from TX. Is this new? I don't know, is this new? I've never seen this. Is this only for like smaller packs of stuff? 2U set probably? I've never seen it before. Wait, so how many do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5. You know what else is really, really pretty? Oh my God, Rock. Appreciate you, dude. First of all. Second of all, I know you're talking about yourself right now, dude. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you, man. Huh. All right, let's take out some stabs and start lubing things. We only need 5, so I'm putting back 2. Well, 1 technically. Love you, buddy. Anytime, dude. There are new TX stabs, the AP set. Is this the AP one? No, this isn't the AP one, is it? I think I would have picked up if it was the new one. I haven't tried the new ones yet, but they're labeled. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I don't think this is the new stuff. I wouldn't mind trying the new stuff. This is just Rev 3. Okay. It'll say AP. AP means almost perfect. That's what they're referring to when they're calling it AP, right? Almost perfect stabs. Dude, I did pick up a bunch of cream sodas. I bought some for me and some for Candy Roo. I'm gonna lube some up for Candy Roo there. I think Candy wants to install it on his moon tower, believe it or not. I know they're pre-lubed, guys, but you know me. There's very little switches in this earth that I would like that. Shandon, hey, how you doing, man? It's been a while. How you been? How's life? Did I hear moon tower? Wait, how much are the new stabs more money, Pancake? Oh, cost like 30 bucks? That's expensive. I think they are. Oh, I got them from R&D KBD. That was my place of purchase. All right, let's start lubing some of these guys up. Also, I've been, well, work has been kind of killer though. Killer in a good way, or killer in like a, you'd rather not, okay, in a busy season way. You know what though? It's better to be busy than not busy and miserable, I guess. I've always kind of, I know it's a pathetic way to look at things, but you know, gotta count your blessings, I guess. You kind of have to do. Just $4 more in my country. You know, I'd like to see what makes them a little bit better, but at the end of the day, like, has anyone here tried the new stabs out of curiosity? Not working makes you appreciate work. It does. I understand there'll always be things people don't want to do for work. Like, I totally always get that. But at the same time, like, you know, I get the opposite as well. Taya's live, but I would rather watch. Oh my god, dude, go watch Mr. Nathan's live. What's Nathan doing? What's he building today? I don't think me and Nathan haven't had an overlapping stream in quite some time. I feel that I left my previous job because I could play a video game all day and no one on my team would notice. For some, they would consider that the dream, but no, I totally get it. I like feeling productive and feeling like I've accomplished something while I work. The opposite just makes me feel really lazy and lethargic. I don't think you're missing out with TX stabs. Again, I'm in this firm standpoint where I feel that if you are doing stabilizers, even if you're using cherry clip-ins, which are some of the cheapest ones in the market, you'll probably get a really good stab. Like, no doubt in my mind, if you take your time with it, you'll get a good stab. There is no doubt in my mind. The new AP set comes with both wires. So wait, has anyone here tried them yet? Oh, he's doing the Thera? Is that a commission he's doing? I feel like the Thera came out a while ago. I'm proud to say that I only need 3 more channel points until a Discord role. I want to do more stuff for that role. There's a few things that I'm going to be offering in the summer. I don't know. There's a lot of things coming. It's just all very slow rollouts for me. But I hope that you guys stick around, find out. I like being valued and I like being valuable. If I'm not adding something to the work I'm doing, then I kind of don't want to bother. Yeah, and I know there are people who are like think the otherwise, where it's just like they don't care as long as they're getting paid. But dude, I just feel like fulfilling wise, it's just not for me, you know? I'm only 195,000 points away from requesting the spacebar flip. I actually have a few. What else would you guys want to see other than stupid stuff like shaving my mustache? Because that's not going to happen. I'm telling you guys right now. I don't want to do that. What other stuff would you guys want to see besides mustache shaving? Eat a GMK tray? Okay. Sound alerts are fun. I feel like those would be low-key kind of annoying for our stream though. Because we're always having like short. Okay, you know what, guys? Use cheap clip-ins. I like clip-ins. Always have.
Shave the head.
See me perform an Asian squat? But I can do that though. You know what's weird? I've never found that difficult at all. Shave my head? Wait, who said shave my head? Soot? I like my head of hair. You know, I don't even know if I want to get a haircut right now because I'm kind of liking it right now. Pen popper play tray span? Oh, that would be really good. Wait, let me write that down. Let me loop this stab and write that down. That would actually be a super solid reward. Shave the head at 1 million? Fit pics or feet pics? Alaska, did you just want to see feet pics? Are you making excuses right now? Hold on 1 second. We're saying pen pop or spin. Right now, if you guys sub, I usually ask, well, I always say if you guys want to spin, always request it when you guys sub, or just let me know if you sub, then I'll always spin it. But I can do that as a redeem too. Make coffee on stream. The problem with making coffee on stream is, I guess I technically could do that. That would be a once a stream thing. And then if I already have coffee, like how do I do that though? How do we manage that? A ghost pepper? Dude, listen. Flex for the camera. There's no muscle here, guys. Unfortunately, when you guys look at my arm, all right, there's no muscle. None. See that? None. It's just normal looking. There's nothing here. Alex is diced. No, there's nothing there, guys. Signed compliment. The fuck you mean is 10 times the size of mine, G? That's... Okay, you want to know the honest truth, guys? Okay, listen. Let me tell you guys a little something right now. This arm for sure. Now, this arm is my left arm. Not really, right? Let me tell you guys why. It's not what you guys think. When I go to deliver keyboards to the mailbox, I use my right arm to carry everything. And it's usually about 30 pounds at a time. And I walk. That's the actual reason. It's not sus. That's the truthful reason as to why my right arm is jacked compared to my left. But even in you know, when you take a step back, it's not there. Hey guys, I'm telling the fucking truth right now, dude. That's the truth. Why do you carry it with only one arm? Because I have keys in this hand. And I have to open a door with one of my arms. And plus I'm right-handed, so like my right arm is just better for that. Alex has a sleeper build? No, bro, I don't. We believe you? Press X to doubt? Okay, dude. Listen, that's the truth. I'm left-handed and for some reason my right arm is stronger. Hey, yo. Wouldn't your right hand be stronger? This is my right. Yeah, it is my right. It made me question my own sanity. You need to switch hands to balance your arms out? I don't know. I can't do that. It makes me not walk straight. I too only open the door with one arm. A fellow left-hand door opener. I see what you mean, dude. It's crazy to me how limiting the whole sided arm thing is. It made me unable to kick a ball with my left. How limiting the whole sided arm thing? Wait, what do you mean by that? Guys, I'm telling the truth, I promise. It's the truth. PG-13 stream? Guys, it's not even about being PG-13. I'm telling the truth. It's not what you guys think it is. It really, really isn't. Question. Is the Demon Slayer movie still in theaters? I low-key, as much as I hate going to the movie theaters these days, kind of wouldn't mind to go watch an anime in theaters. Low-key. Like how people are defined as being left or right-handed instead of being taught both. I don't think it's... Okay, I think the real thing you should say isn't like, are you right-handed? It's which is your dominant hand. For example, like... I can do... Dude, there are certain things I can only do with my left hand for some weird reason. And then there are a lot of things I can do with, obviously, like my right hand. So it really depends, right? Sun-dried olive? Hi, how you doing? My name's Alex. I hope you guys are having a great day today. We sweep the mines. Was it a lot of work? Did you guys do a good job sweeping? Hello, everybody. I do keyboards. And we talk about weird shit on stream all the time. I don't know why, but we just do. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? I went the other way, watched the movie first, and the first half of season 2. Well, I kind of want to go watch the movie, but like low-key, I hate going to the movie theaters. Please don't stop talking and yell when something hype happens, but like overly too much when it becomes obnoxious. What happened is Asuna? Hi, Alex. Late to the stream, but I'm here. Trank. What's going on, dude?
Alexotos.
What's going on, bro? Minesweeper? I'm wondering the same thing. Lazy, thank you so much for the 5 tier 1s, dude. I think that this is a bit of a modest way to make chat look better, Alex. What are we talking about, Fira? Why do you hate the theaters? Every time I go. Every time. Okay, I'm not going to say every time. But the last, with the exception of Spider-Man, I think that was the only thing that I didn't have a problem with. But every movie theater I've gone to so far has been like people yelling, like not people yelling, but dude, okay, I think I told you guys last time. There was someone who basically held up their phone to record the first 15 minutes of the movie. I have no idea why they did that for. It's like they posted on social media in their stories to prove that they were there, whatever. And then the other time too, we had, this is the most annoying part. There was It wasn't even a couple. It was like a bunch of friends in front of us. And isn't that illegal? Dude, I wish I could tell you. But basically, there was like 4 people, 5 people, like friends. And I guess one guy was trying to hit on the girl. And dude, like, blows my mind why you pay to go to a movie theater to flirt with someone while they're trying to watch a movie. Blows my mind, dude. And it's just every time we've gone, we've just had problems. Like, it's just been non-enjoyable. But yeah, it's a lot of people use their cell phones through movie theaters too. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with people. Did you have popcorn bucket with a hole in it? Huh? Theater food is also stupid expensive. It's kind of why you don't go get movie theater food, you know? Also, thank you again. I appreciate that, Sundried. Boba, thank you so much for your resub as well. Lazy, thank you so much for your 5 tier 1s. I really do appreciate it, guys. Biggest thing I've learned lately is to not go to the movie theaters when there's a Marvel movie showing. Yeah. If you think that's bad in normal movies and anime movies is like a million times worse, people can't act normal. Astronaut, can you elaborate? What do people do? I only go to the movies with reclining seats. I don't know, I'm in Toronto, so it's... let me just tell you guys, I'm just not really that keen on going to watch movies anymore. A 4-year-old actual bells on his sweater. He literally jingled all the way in his seat. This wasn't recent, but there was a movie that I went to go watch. I think it was Captain America, where there was, like, this sounds super fucking mean of me, and they have reclining seats, Mandy, but it's like separate. This sounds super mean of me, but like, again, it comes in the territory of like, I don't like ruining other people's experiences doing things, right? So someone, like, I would never do that or like put myself in a situation where I even had to like deal with that. But someone basically like, it was like a family of 4. It was a little kid, 2 parents, and then like an uncle or something. I don't know. He looked a lot older. He was just with the family. And the uncle didn't know what was going on. And I guess to like have conversation with the kid, dude, he literally like stopped every 2 seconds and like leaned over and been like, hey, why did they do that? And the kid would just like out loud, like explain it to him. And I'm just like, what do you do? Like get mad at the child? Like there's nothing you can do. And it's just like one of those situations where it's like, I just kind of wish I didn't have to deal with it. You know? And obviously like the parents don't give a shit. And it's just, everyone else in the movie theater you can tell was like visibly annoyed because it was loud. It was like really loud. But like, again, I don't know what to do in that situation. You know? I don't know what to do. It's a kid. Like I'm not gonna get mad at the kid. But it's just, I think it's also like a trust. Maybe it's a trust thing with going to the movie theaters. I have no idea. Shut up, stupid kid. No. Comfort of your own home is better than theater. Yeah, I agree with that. TIFF Festival. I have been to one movie festival, which was not really that enjoyable. And I did have a friend who used to bring me to like opening things for movies way back when. I'm talking like years ago. That was fun because there would be like it was a different crowd of people and everyone was so respectful. That was the only time I would say like for a long period of time I was like, yo, movie theaters are sick. Have you done matinees at a theater, Alex? Aaron, wait after a premiere, possibly have a theater to yourself? Dude, I'm gonna be honest. When I was younger, I remember that happening. As I got older, I don't remember people not being in the theater with me. I think even on some of like the movies where it's like been out for a while and like a weird time of day, there's still been like a large chunk of people in the movie theater. But I also feel like with the exception of some theaters, there's less showings. Like there used to be like, I don't know, 19 showings every like 2 hours, I swear to God. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've experienced that. Alex don't have that kind of money to ball out all the seats. No, we don't got that type of money. That's the Tim Keelis money. We don't got that. Anyways, I don't know if Austin would responded, but I would love to know thoughts on going to watch anime in the theater. What is good, Alex? AJ, what's going on, dude? Small cinemas are the best, though. People are really respectful. We have a small cinema like in Toronto. There's a few of them, but they just don't play many of like the newer stuff. Is the board coming out soon? This one here? I don't know if Nom's in the chat right now, but what's the release date for this? I know the price. I don't know if there was a date. Sale info. I don't think there was a date. I think it's still TBD. How are you guys doing? And everyone who rated, I don't know if you guys are still here, but we're just looting stabs of a keyboard right now. So we're gonna make all the stabilizer bits, the places with longer keys, sound really, really good. Challenging to stay awake in recliners with leg rests in theaters. I've never actually had that experience in a movie theater. I've never been on a recliner. I've just been in like basic ass seats. Even when they tell you like you got the bigger seats and you pay a little bit more, it always feels the same to me. Everything Everywhere All at Once is amazing. I have seen it once and I know it just won a shit ton. I think it won like what's the most awarded movie in history now or something. I would love to watch it again. I think I might. I went to see two DBZ movies, one Jujutsu Kaisen movie, and people were yelling during the beginning and don't stop talking when hype or sus parts happen. Oh, that's what you meant by that. It completely ruins the movie. I've been to anime conventions. And, okay, again, not trying to be rude. Dude, there are some characters, when you go to anime conventions, there are people like yelling spoilers to things when you're in line for. It's just like the most ignorant people, man. As a fellow weebs are a problem sometimes. What's up, Pseudo? You talking shit about me? What's up, Pseudo? How you doing? Pseudo, you don't yell spoilers. I know you don't. I know you're respectful like that. Cool likes it also in Toronto, and I feel lucky that the main theater I go to doesn't have any problems like you've mentioned. So cool. I've been to Yorkdale. I've been to the Dundas Square, Scotia Bank. I've been to a bunch of theaters here because I used to love going, man. But it's something different nowadays. Pseudo, how are you? It's been a while. The movie ends at the end of the movie. I don't know. The most common thing I would say, though, my more recent experiences with theaters is just people being on their cell phones for what feels like the entirety of the goddamn movie. You know, for me, it's like I'm paying to watch something, not to be on my cell phone. And if I have other important things to do, then I probably shouldn't be at the movie theater. I'm really good just, getting ready for some anime conventions. Oh, for real? Like, actually, if you guys don't know, Pseudo is an amazing artist who does a lot of anime-inspired anime stuff. Definitely go check out Pseudo's stuff. Where's my dielectric grease? Pseudo is hella talented. I boot them? Oh, you're running a booth. That makes sense. Those are the guys that were probably forced to go to the theater by their families. Yeah, I get everyone's situation's different too, but again, coming from someone who's just like trying to enjoy something, it's really hard when you have like really bright screens. One time, a guy beside me fell asleep and started snoring. No way, dude. I had to elbow him. Dude, I don't even know, what would I do? I don't even know. I honestly don't even know. Planning to go to a VTuber convention? That'd be really cool to go and... I have like so many VTuber boards still. That'd be really cool to go and bring some of those boards and see what people think of them. Just giving you a hard time. Anime community is hard because people are always trying to gatekeep it.
Just to say hi and loving the shirt smile.
Zeal, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that, man. No, I don't disagree. But you know what, though, Pseudo? I'm not trying to, like, compare it to anything, but there's a lot of gatekeeping in a lot of communities. Even keyboards has that to a lot of degrees, too. But, I feel like just because it's larger and it's more outspoken for some people. But, I still love, and I kind of wish I went this year, I just didn't. Anime North here in Toronto is so much fun. I've enjoyed it every single time I've gone. You watch Sub Alex? Uncultured. I love watching Sub, but I have to admit, my favorite anime in the world, being Violet Evergarden, I still feel like the dub is kind of better. I don't know why. I just feel like Violet's voice suits the dub more than it does the sub. Such a good dub. Yeah, I've watched it. I've watched Violet Evergarden probably like what? 5 or 6 times now, like completely. One time in sub and the rest in dub, just because I love the dub so much. Yes, Violet Evergarden's great. English dubs are the worst IMO? No, there's some decent ones. Like I've definitely had some good experiences. For example, bro, Ghost Stories. It's the best fucking dub around. If you guys disagree with me, then I think we're just different. But Ghost Stories was an amazing dub. It was real good. It's the best dub around. You can't fucking argue with me. You can't. Chozo, Ghost Stories, second one. I love Chozo, man. Ghost Stories is fucking wild. Whenever I'm feeling really down, Ghost Stories clips are it. Ghost Stories is so stupid. Some animes honestly have better dub. Yeah, I don't disagree. There are definitely a few that I much prefer. Peak comedy, it's so funny, man. Cowboy Bebop, FMA. I still, don't be mad at me, I still haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Don't be mad. That's like the one anime that I know everyone gets really mad about when I say that I have not watched it yet. I know it's really highly rated, but I just haven't watched it. It's like the one I just can't, for whatever reason, I can't bring myself to watch it. Been a minute. Hope you're enjoying. Dude, Golden.
Been a minute. Hope you're doing well, my guy.
Dude, I'm doing really well, man. I hope you're enjoying life right now, Golden. It's a classic, Ghost in the Shell. Have you read The Alchemist book, though? No, I've been out of anime for a while. I'm just recently getting back into it again. Like, when I say recently, I really do mean, like, recently getting back into it. So, the animes I'm watching now are whatever Chozo's recommended me. I have a list specifically for Chozo. And then I've started Spy X Family, but I did finish watching Chainsaw Man by accident. I did not realize there was only 12 episodes. And I kind of was just sitting down one night and I kind of was just watching it while looping switches and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, I loved Chainsaw Man, but I just kind of felt the ending was kind of just like out of nowhere for the season. So I kind of felt like very taken back by that. I find I have to take breaks from animes, plus now they're releasing too much. You know what, Pseudo? I was telling everyone here yesterday. You know why I took a break? Because the amount of what are they called? I can't remember the word for it. The amount of animes that are based off of someone in like isekai animes was just getting like way too much, and I had to like filter through that to find like 1 or 2 good ones that I enjoyed. And it's not like the isekais are bad. I was just getting really bored of the concept of it. It's like, oh, look, another person who's just fallen randomly into a video game. Or now it's in like an alternate world that looks like a video. It got really boring. Raccoon strikes again. I recommend you want 86. 86? Which one's that one? Chainsaw Man felt boring after a while. Yeah, a lot of people told me to read the manga. I think even Angel told me to read the manga. All right, let's plug this into the PCB now. For creating isekai animes. Was the start of isekai getting popular sort of online? Was that like the start of isekai getting super popular? Attack on Titan is just a reskin mech anime, changed my mind. I've already spoken to this too. I found it really hard to get back into Attack on Titan with that time skip. So I just I don't know. I had to take a break from Attack on Titan. I don't understand what's going on right now. SAO or SOA is or start online rather is .hack/sign, but I don't think .hack/sign was what made it like pop off in terms of popularity, right? I've seen Erased, yeah. I couldn't get into Attack on Titan Season 3. Honestly, as a person who just does fan art for a living, I get so many requests for Attack on Titan, I just can't get into the anime. That's totally fair, though. I mean, me and you both do commission work for a living, Pseudo. So there are some things that I do for commissions that I visibly just, like, people know that I don't like, but I'll do it sometimes. Like, obviously, I'll do it for people. For example, it's like hyperglide switches. I don't like certain switches at all. Like, they're just not my cup of tea. So I do it, and I'll always be like, yo, I don't really like this, but the client does, so. And it doesn't matter, because as long as the client likes it, you know? But I know with you, you kind of have to feel the art too, right? Hyperglides? Yeah, I'm not into it. Which one should I put here, left or right? Num, which one do you want? Left or right stab here? Do you want the bigger shift here? 2.25? Which one's that one there? Is it left or right? I can never remember. Does it say on the back? It does not. I think it's left. Yeah, I think it is left. Alice board? Yes, sir. I still got some TTC aces to try. I have a lot of TTC switches that I have. I try to do things when I'm motivated because otherwise I just feel like I don't want to paint at all. Yeah, that's definitely the thing about art too, right? Motivation in art is huge. I don't know if I've ever told you, Pseudo, I used to do like oil painting. Oops, this one here went into the wrong clip. And I stopped just because, like, ooh, actually, will the clip-in work for this? I don't think the clip-in works for this, by the way. Okay, if we be careful about it, left is to you. Oh, it's the right? Okay. We have to be very careful about this because the clip-in is just shifting around with this particular stab set here. Hopefully we can put those little lockers on and then it won't shift around. I came back to Hyperglides after trying them once over 2 years ago and I love them now. Yeah, we're gonna use the shims. I don't know, Hyperglides, they still sound super thin to me. Sometimes I can get them to sound better. And I know some clients have sent me some like really great stuff, but yeah, I used to do oil painting when I was a lot younger, and then I just lost interest in paint. Like I couldn't do it. I lost all my motivation in painting. But I did so much. Like I was painting like giant canvases. Like I think the biggest thing I painted was like 4 foot by 4 foot, and my parents still have it. I was really into abstract, and I was loving it. And then one day all my motivation went out the window. How old am I? I'm turning 32 this year. Isn't that crazy? 32. Oh, before I do this stuff, first let's put these on, and then let's put the other things there. I've changed hobbies like 5 times before something stuck. Yeah, no, me too. I didn't say 22. Do I look 22? Hey, do I look 22? If I do, I appreciate you guys. But I am 32. Turning 32 this year. I'm 31 right now, though. Can you believe it? You look 18? Oh my god. Please. 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 Turning 32 in May. What's my birthday? July. I am a July baby. Although I don't really do things for my birthday. Quite frankly, I'm just not... It's not that I'm not motivated to, I just don't care. Okay, I hope the stopper works on this. Or else this will be a bit of a funky stab. Okay, stopper is actually helping a lot on this. Cancer. I turned 30 in a month, and people get mad when I say no. I don't want to be old. Pretty much all my mutuals are in their 30s. You know what though? It's weird. I know people, like, I don't give a shit about my age and stuff. Like, I've never sat there and been like, for an X-year-old, like, okay, that's a lie. Sometimes I do think that, like, when I'm thinking negatively, but like on a regular day, I never think about my age. Honestly, guys, I think this is super healthy. A lot of the times I act like a child, and I feel young, and that makes me feel good, you know? Like, I'm still doing shit that I would normally do when I was like a teenager, for example, so I'm fine with that. Where's my pink plate tray? It's actually sitting on a little bench next to this. I forget my age sometimes. Yeah, sometimes you got to. Can't put yourself through that all the time, you know? Sometimes you have to. I'm turning 20 in 1 month, but I feel like I'm 16 in my peak condition. That's really good, though. I mean, when you turn into an adult, you never really feel like an adult. One thing that a lot of people say that I really vibe with, there's a lot of people in their 30s who, like, it makes sense too, right? A lot of my mutuals, I wouldn't say friends, but like mutuals, when they get into like their 30s, it's a lot of people's first time in their life that they truly have, like, you know, they found a place now, you know, maybe their life's a little bit more steady, not necessarily rich, but like steady. And they finally have that little bit of disposable income, and they'll start buying all the shit that they've wanted since they were a kid. Right? And then they start, like, they start feeling like kids again. Because now, like, they're buying the stuff that they could never get when they were a 16-year-old. Yeah, stability, that's the word. I said steady, but stability is the right word for that. Low key, I don't think I really wanted anything when I was 16, but low key, I definitely understand that because my life's not super, super stable because I'm still, you know, I'm renting right now, but there is still like aspects where I'm like, okay, this makes sense. I can get this thing now that I kind of want. My favorite type of cuisine? I don't know, actually. What is burgers? Burgers and steak. What is that? Is that American? Burgers and steak, baby. What color do we want for this? Lavender? Can we do purple? American. I don't think I have like a favorite. I grew up on like Italian food, and I'm like burnt out on Italian food. Really don't care anymore about Italian food. Purple would look awesome. Let's do purple. Is the long side plus? I always forget with these. Long side is plus, right? Right? I always forget, man. I gotta look it up now. It is, right? LED diode, positive, negative. Yeah, it's plus. It is indeed plus. Always have to double check. Hey, it's better that I double check now than do these and then they're just all bullshit. Okay, I low-key want to do these one at a time because these are kind of an awkward spot. Actually, you know what? Fuck it, I'll put them all in. GMK Lavender would look nice. Lavender hasn't shipped, has it? No, Lavender hasn't shipped. It's shipping soon, right? Am I going crazy? Mamma Mia? Alex, do you know any keycap pullers that won't scuff an Efro edge? Wu Che has these new ones that they released that are actually not that bad. That kind of do that. But if you're just careful with a wire puller, you're fine. Vaporwave would look sweet. What about Blurple? I think Blurple would look nice. I think Blurple would look super cute on this. Alright, let me solder these guys in first. You and your Blurple, I want to use it this week. Alright? I say beige would look unreal in this color. You know what though, JJW? You're not wrong. It would look really good. Voda, thank you so much for the tier 1, dude, Stefan. I appreciate you, man. I hope you're having a great one today. I hope that whatever you're trying to accomplish today gets done, bro. Hold on, guys. 1 sec. My cables are all caught up over there. 1 second. This is caught. Oh, it's caught on there. Okay. I'm feeling like DCX Magnolia. What set is that one? Try out Spellbook on it. No, I want to use Blurple. Guys, today I'm picking Blurple. Blurple seems like such a fun set. Spellbook would look really good on this. Beige and lavender are very, very nice color couples, or color combos rather. Those are extremely nice. Use the fan. I don't feel like sucking up all this air with my mouth today. I want Spellbook so bad. Is it not in stock right now? I swear to God, there's still stock of it. It's actually not a terribly priced set too, which is awesome. Gotta make sure all these diodes are soldered in straight. Perfect. It is but money. That's true too. Even the PBT keycap sets, they are priced better, but it still can be a little higher. A little higher on the scale. Oh God, I really don't like the placement of these LED diodes on the edge here. These are kind of ridiculous here. Perfect. Where's the button? Can't wait for Purple Knights. Zambuwa's colors are great. He does have some great color selection, I will admit. All right, so now if is this caps lock? They are working. Perfect. Where's my mouse? You know, I thought that would be a little bit brighter, but it's not that bright. I honestly thought this would be like, is this UV actually? I know they said purple, but this kind of looks like it'd be a UV. But yeah, it's not terribly bright. Looks great. Yeah, it does look really good though. Okay. Unplug and let's trim these. I think it is UV, right? Because usually when they send you purple, it's UV. I need new flush cutters, by the way. That is on my to-buy list. These are starting to get a little worn down from how much use they've seen. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? This one needs just ever so slightly more solder. Is an ABS peach set with lavender legends. Interesting. Do you guys have like a color set that you would use on like literally anything that's not black on white or beige? Is there like one set that's like your everything set? Again, can't be one of those two sets. Beige or bow or wob. Stone, cat cyberspace. You know, I don't really remember cat cyberspace too well, but I think I do. PBT cement. Anything stone colored is usually right up my alley too. But again, it kind of falls in that line of like beige, you know. Would you use nuclear data or nuclear data? God, I can never pronounce that right for some weird reason. Mute it, Striker. Is Striker your everything set? That's interesting. 9009 is a good choice. Razor pudding caps. Chaser, you love your pudding caps, huh? You are in love with those things. Chaser's all about those pudding keycaps. Put those back in the box. This we can move off to the side. I'm gonna take a sip of this. Make an Amazon wish list so I can buy you some new cutters. I don't even know how to do that, to be honest, Ancient. I love Motolite so much. I bought 2 GMK sets. That's actually how I felt about Crimson Cadet until Chozo ruined it for me. Love you, Chozo. Then he started making me putting on every single board. Mine is probably Spellbook. Spellbook's a really nice set for that. Apollo's my everything set. I have 2 kits. Put a bunch of shit on there. I got you. One day I'll make one. One day soon. Pinky promise. I need to figure out how to do it. Gonna try again tonight. Have you tried Gatoron V2 stabs? So, Therak, I have once. A client sent them in one time, I believe. Or actually, no, I've tried 2 times, I think. I think there was 2 builds. I think Pancake might have sent me one too. But I have tried them. I think they're good. I'm gonna do a little however though. Hold on. Plate's a little bit bendy there. However, I still feel like if you have tried any other stabs at that point, you're in a good spot. They're not like game changers. And that's what I usually like. I don't know, that seems to be the common consensus of most stabilizers these days. Nothing's like a game changer when it comes to like how they work. Okay, do you think I want to solder in 4 corners here? Because I feel like, yeah, this is a little bit loose on this PCB for some weird reason. So we're gonna move this beautiful keyboard over to the side. And we're gonna solder some stuff in. I found a source of cheap GAT V2s, hence why I asked. If you have a good source of them, by all means, I would say use those bad boys. If you ever get cheap sources of stuff, it's always a good idea too. Oseme Dust is a beautiful set, works on so... Dude, I love the Oseme keycaps. I think they are quite beautiful. There's no blockers in this, right? Oh, there's blockers. Okay. Oh no, that's just the regular blockers. Never mind. $8 for GAT V2 stab sounds like a good deal. If you get them for $8, wait. Now I'm curious. Is that a whole set, like including 2 U's and a 6.25 or 7? $8 is a great price. Cherry clip-ins for $5 at Zepsity right now? Yes, cherry clip-ins still my fave. It is very hard to beat the price of cherry clip-ins. Very difficult. In fact, I would say there is nothing that beats that. Nothing at all. Are TX stabs better? No. Okay. Gonna say this. I'm very vocal with what I think about stabs. We're gonna turn this off. Keep it a buck with you guys. The majority of stab, like the whole is X stab better argument, is, first of all, there's a little bit of preference when it comes to stabs. There are such minor differences, in my opinion, between sets of stabs that it almost doesn't matter. If you know how to make a good stab, like, I guess my source of information on this is I've been doing keyboards, 3 to 4 times, sometimes 5 times a week for almost 3.5 years. Live on stream, not to even mention the ones I do off stream. And I still use cherry clip-ins. And when I use Durox or when I use TX, Stabies, whatever, I have them in some of my main builds. They sound just as good. Again, I think it's really just how you tune the stab. I know some people will probably be shaking their fist at me right now. There are some differences in sound. 110%. But it's so marginal in my opinion. Again, this is an opinion that it really doesn't fucking matter. So whatever stab you're comfortable with and whatever you can get for a good price, whatever, that's the way to go in my opinion. That is the superior way to go. Also, Gnome, do you want step caps or regular? Related to stabs, how do you feel about tuning with Crytoxin wires and lubing with dielectric grease? I just mix. I've been mixing, and I know I used to actually keep it a secret. I used to do it only on personal boards. Now clients want it sometimes too. Actually, mostly all the time. Nobody gives a shit anymore, as long as it sounds good. But I used to mix and not say anything because it was like, dude, people will tell me it's like, oh, it's like bad, it's da-da-da. And I just stuck to mixing. Like I've used dielectric grease in the wire. Like right now I use dielectric grease in the wire, and I'll go and fill with 20520. Step caps, I'm stuck. Step is usually my go-to. Let's do it. These are nice switches, actually. I love the color of this plate. I like that little subtle reflection in the plate too, where the switches are. Very cute. My spacebar has a different sound on left side versus right side. Is that stab related? Okay, so I don't know if you can spot this on my stab right now. This has like a slight warp to it, ever so slightly. You can kind of get to be a little bit balanced, but it's still a little bit warped. Sometimes even minor things like this can affect sound. Now mine seems pretty balanced here, but I've had boards that are completely fine that do have like a minor sound difference. So it is what it is. Sometimes you can't do nothing about it. It's just the way the board's built too. If it bothers you though, you could try like filling it with some foam or something, but sometimes that does happen. Really curious about these types of keyboards. Do people like typing on them? How are they for gaming? They are completely fine for gaming. I have a bunch of Alyssias that I have, like personally, and I have gamed with them no problem. For typing, a lot of people will report back and say that these are great for typing. So I'm here for that. Sorry, I'm just pushing everything in nicely. This is the other thing that I'm a firm believer in. Having nicely seated switches make all the difference for your keyboard. Strongly, strongly believe that. I have two Alices and I can go back and forth. Yeah, I think the big difference is just you get a nicer, like, your hands aren't like this. Like my hands would be like this typing with this, where this you can kind of relax your hands a little bit more. So, do I have an opinion on PE sheets? Preference. That is literally my opinion. If people like them, let people do what they want to do, right? Because we can sit here and we can be assholes and we can say like, oh, they're stupid. It's for people, like it's for newbies. If people like them, let them like them. It doesn't take anything away from me and you. Not saying that you hate them or whatever, but it doesn't take anything from me that someone likes something different. That's it. Now, if, for example, a keyboard were to come out and only include PE sheets that were like, I don't know, glued to the PCB and you had no choice, yeah, I think then you can have some valid criticism to say like, I don't like this. This is not for me, and I think this should change. But because it's optional, it doesn't really matter. Alex, I did your Sonnet mod plate foam on the bottom, and it made a world of difference. Wait, you did it to your Tiger Light? Wait, that's kind of cool. I didn't even know you could do it to the Tiger Light. I love the sound of 6U plus spacebars, but I'm too used to split spacebar. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, split space, not my favorite sounding in the world, but functionality wise, it makes so much more sense. Like there's no reason why I need a spacebar that big. None. For me personally, the way I type. Everything about keyboards is preference. Judging people for what they like is kind of cringe, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know. You guys know me. That's how our channel works here. We have to recognize the preference stuff. Hey, first time tuning in, just started looking into custom keyboards this week and planning a Sonnet build now, in part from your helpful build vids. Hey, dude, friend, I can't wait to see what you end up building, dude. I hope you end up really enjoying your time in keyboards. If you do end up joining like our Discord community or any Discord community, sometimes they even have places where you can show off your board too. Would love to see it one day. What are the key differences between matcha lattes and those black sesame switches? Off the top of my head, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. I don't know. I have no idea. Honestly, from the top of my head, I don't know. Maybe material of the housing? Ow. I'm gonna use this to push in everything later. I'm just kind of seeding them with this. This has become a lifesaver, man. This switch pusher. It's literally become a lifesaver for my thumbs. Recent matchas are hella overlubed. I've been hearing that some people have been having some not so great experiences with some of the pre-lube stuff. Again, I will say this. Sometimes you can get really lucky, get some good stuff, but at the end of the day, lubing your own switches to your preference is still ideal. How would you feel about the inclusion of a 0.4mm FR4 sheet to be placed underneath a flex cut as a possible solution to unflex rethin PCB? Interesting. I think I would like to see if that does anything to the sound that would negatively impact the keyboard first. But if there was something like that, where there was just like another piece of thinner FR4, I just don't know how well that would like hold up, obviously, in transit. That would be very interesting to see. I wish I had one of those for my build to Thermal Plus. It was such a pain to keep the pressure. Oh, yeah, dude. I don't know. These have genuinely become like, this is part of my normal build routine now, these Omni type things here. That's what I was gonna say, lubrication. I'm not too sure if they would vibrate, even if you screwed them down, if it would cause any negative or adverse effects to the keyboard, which is something that I think I would like to see before I'd say like, yes, that makes sense. How does someone go about lubing MX Black Hyperglides? I think just regular 205 I think most people end up filming their Hyperglides as well. Not that filming makes much of a difference on other switches, but can you give me the TLDR on different plate types with pros and cons? I guess, what do you mean by that, Brancy? Do you mean like the pros and cons of a palm plate, for example? Is that what you mean? Is this left or right? I think it's left. Okay, we're gonna unscrew the top piece before I solder this one in. Is it right? Gio, Adam, I don't even know if you're being serious or not. Have you tried to re-release Nixies? Oh yes, I have tried to re-release Nixies. Is it right? Like I said, I have two Alices. Adam, you also tell me to give me my address because you want me to rob you. Or you want to rob me. So sometimes my trust goes a little bit out the window, you know what I mean? That was one time. Adam's sitting here like, Alex, you fucking idiot. That was one time. That was one time, man. All right, let's solder this guy in. So like aluminum plates are good for this and FR4 for this. So the honest answer is there's no right answer. That is the short of that, but I will say that for me, recently, palm or plastic plates like polycarbonate have been a godsend for things like top mount, but I don't like them in gasket mounted keyboards, right? Where some people could like it. So I don't think there's any one thing that's better than the other. And I think that turning it into like what does this plate do better than X plate would be a little bit disingenuous and just, I don't know, feel like dishonest too, because there are certain times where, like most of the times I love alu plates because they have like a certain sound profile or clack to them that I usually like. But there are certain times I won't touch an Alu plate. Like, I do not like them in top mounts now, right? So it depends on the situation for the keyboard. And I know it's a kind of a cop-out, and I don't mean it to be, but it is kind of personal preference. I will say, though, I think that FR4 and Alu seem to be a lot of people's go-tos, if that makes sense, for sound profiles, because I've noticed a lot of people have been really into like the brighter sound profiles these days. If you don't mind me asking, what was your mindset towards making your content when you first started out? Ooh, that's a long story, Derek. My mindset was just to stream and have fun, and I had no idea this would turn into a job. That's probably like the short. But I also got laid off, and I kind of saw it coming though, and I already had shifted most of my energy into doing this. But there's actually a lot of detail that went into when I started doing this versus anything else too, so it's a long story. I think I need to have like a day where we sit down, and if you guys want to hear about that, I don't know if that's like an everyone conversation. I don't know if people care, but yeah, I did epsilons for my palm plate, and I feel like mine's a little bit more deeper. I think the general rule of thumb with plates, I guess to help Abrancy from earlier and just everyone, plastic plates are typically a bit deeper. FR4 and carbon fiber they still have that like a bit of that plasticky sound, but they're a little bit more high pitch. Alu has some of that metallic resonance and high pitch. Brass, high pitch, and a lot more of that metallic resonance. And then think specialty plates like titanium are very rigid, even more so than brass, and also very dull sounding. That's why nobody uses titanium anymore. Fuck yeah, we care. Well, when I started streaming, as you guys know, I was not, like I've said this before, I streamed for like 2 people because people wanted to watch me build stuff. And a lot of people, like, I think the common thing is like, where did you get your content from? Guys, to keep it like super clean and super honest, I shouldn't have done what I did. Because I purchased things and put myself in a very bad financial situation because I was, like, I'll be honest, like, not in a good headspace, depressed. And I was just spending money to feel better. And it was just a spot in which, yeah, I really shouldn't have spent. Like, it just was not like, if this didn't end up working out, I would have been in a very bad financial situation. But I'm lucky enough that I can use this now for my job. That's how I started, right? This is my full-time job now, yes. I have put myself in a better financial situation by just not spending on dumb shit, and put myself in a better headspace where I can make those better decisions. But it's this is not just with keyboards. This is a rabbit hole that I see people go down when it comes down to content creation. And it's a dangerous path of spending. And that's why I also advocate for a lot of financial responsibility. But a lot of people will spend to get where they want to be instead of, I don't know, like, okay, content creation has to be a game of everything for yourself, right? You have to have personality. You have to have something that makes people want to stick around. You have to be honest. There's a lot of factors that go into it. Do you ever get bored of content creation? I got you guys. Why would I ever be bored? Dude, the fact that I can sit here, all right, chill with you guys. I know, like, there's a lot of prep that goes into keyboard streams, which I don't think a lot of people understand, like cleanup and stuff. The fact that we have a Discord that we talk, like we can wish each other good morning every day, That's all worth it to me. All like the days where I was working, because it's not as bad anymore because I've laid a lot of foundation and groundwork. The fact that I've like gotten to a point now where we can all sit here and we have a community, we have like each other, we have like places to hang out. The fact that we have that now makes it all worth it. That is all. I don't mean to get sappy, but even when I was a kid, man, that's all I wanted was a place to like feel like I belong here. So the fact that we can kind of do that, the days where even it feels like shit, that's all that matters. Like truly, that's all that matters. I don't know why I paused the music. So it's not that I get bored. There are some days I get burnt out of some of like the tedious bullshit, like having to create, you know, certain content that just, you kind of have to just because people expect it. That stuff's boring sometimes, sure. But I wouldn't give this up for anything. Is a QK80 a good beginner board? Yeah, I would say it's fine. It's a good price too. Like, I think you'll really enjoy the QK80 in the process of building it. I personally recommend not getting the flex cut version. Get the non-flex cut. Nice Slayer shirt. Thanks, Vina. I appreciate that, dude. You didn't give up. That's all that matters. You didn't give up, and we're so proud. Thank you, Campbell. I appreciate that, man. We appreciate you. So happy I found this community. I love peeps and content. Yeah, man. It's been a blessing. There's been some awesome people who have reached out and told me some like great stories about how like the community's helped them. Not just mine, but just like keyboards in general. But it's been a pretty amazing experience. Again, you guys make a lot of this possible, and I never want to like put you guys aside for that. But legit, couldn't be happier that I found. To have found you first when I got into the community not too long ago. I admire you, bro. Bro, I admire you. Appreciate everyone's positivity as well. And just the fact that we can face good situations and bad situations with a high head. Literally, the community is the most wholesome I've ever seen. We all have each other's back for real. Dude, so true. That's hard to do. Definitely testament to you. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, Alex. Hope you are having a good day today.
I'm having a great day today. Today's been a fantastic day. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you so much, Nash. I appreciate you. Today has been definitely a better day. I'm the least wholesome member of this community. Adam is like second to Tim. Tim is the least wholesome. Timmy comes in here, will flirt with me for 2 seconds, say something really awkward in chat, and then leave. And for some reason, I still have a picture of him on my wall. It's really weird. Me and Tim's relationship, very strange. My bad. Serious thing, I should flirt with you. I think Tim might get mad though, because that's Tim's job, you know? So you might have to clear that with Tim first. I legit got into this hobby 2 years ago, and because I was trying to get over my father's death. Honestly, it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made. You know what, Pumpkin? First of all, my condolences. That's so devastating.
Hi, Pat Choo Train.
Thank you so much, 7-6. But sometimes diving into hobbies and meeting people, not even diving too much into the hobby, having that social aspect is so important for your mental, man. So important. I was gonna get a QK80, but seeing the joy on Alex's face convinced me to get the Envoy. Dude, the Envoy has, other than today, dude, actually this morning I was still using the Envoy. It's been my most used keyboard lately. I legitimately love the thing. You know, if you guys don't believe me, I did it for Aussie Antics as well, a pretty big Fortnite streamer. He was telling us the other day, he came to the chat and said it. He brought it to, I think he brought it to like one of his meetups for his gaming crew, and everyone was losing their minds over it. So it's a good keyboard, man. Any plans to re-release Aether? Kind of want to talk to Mike about that. I wouldn't mind re-releasing Aether through Novel Keys. That might be what I do, but I don't know yet, to be honest. It's just, I know Aether gets a little expensive because how many colors. GMK Aether would be very expensive though, guys. You know what I mean? That would get really expensive because just how many colors, and then, oh man, that'd be pricey. I respect how you're able to recognize you've made poor decisions while approaching how they've managed to work out. Not everything works out all the time, but when they do, it's extraordinarily important to notice that. I think so too. Oh my god, it's Marcia. Marcia, speaking of like getting into content creation, another really important fact is making, I'm gonna say this, making connections is one thing, but making friends is another. Like befriending your colleagues and people in your space that do the same thing as you, rather than just like using them for a connection, so much fucking difference. Me and Marcia have that, for example. Me and her have become very good friends over the years.
Cause that Canadian flow. Respect. Also, thanks for being real about content creation.
Anytime, dude. Love you, man. Appreciate that. And thank you again, Marcia, for 3 fucking years. That's crazy. But it's just as important to, I don't know.
Choo 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 train is here.
Thank you, 7-6. Appreciate you, dude. To me, it's just as important to be real with the people in your space that are working in the same space as you, rather than just be like a fake person. You know what I mean? How's your toe feeling? It is legitimately swollen. It's awful feeling right now. I don't know how I keep stubbing my toe, man. I'm telling you, it's depth perception or something. People can tell when you just want to use them. Yeah, and that goes with any industry, guys. If there's one thing I can't stand is people who just like legitimately, I mean, like, this is a life lesson though, man. If you guys have ever felt like you have friends who are just like using you and draining your fucking energy, this is your wake-up call to get rid of those friends. If there are friends who literally, when you wake up and you have to talk to them and you just sigh and you're like, my god, they're using all of my fucking energy right now and always, it is not worth it, man. As you get older, you'll learn that cutting out those type of people is very important to your mental. Use me, daddy, huh? Start wearing steel toe slippers. I don't like, dude, I'm not a slipper guy. Stubbing toe, top 10 worst thing? Yeah. Sorry, I'm using you for entertainment. No problems, Adam. I built 10 custom keyboards for myself, and the thought of selling some of them to make space makes me nervous. If you need to make space, though, declutter. It's a good feeling at the end of the day. It might not be a good feeling right now, but at the end of the day, it's a really good feeling. Toxic friendships. Yeah, toxic relationships, like in general. If you have someone who's just literally providing no value to you, and it's just like, not even, when I mean value, I mean like not even happiness, then it's probably not worth. Running a small influencer marketing agency, dude, I can't count how many people just want to spend their way into being famous. It's so hard to realize that gear can't cover lack of drive or personality. Some of the top streamers started on their phones. To use me as an example, when I started, I had cameras, but I did not know how to use them. If you go, I don't know if you can find clips way back when. Most of my streams were on 2 Logitech C95s. One was gifted to me by like a friend in the hobby, but everything was on Logitech C95s. It was like a $200 setup, tops. And the light that we used, I had nano leaves that I was using as decorations that I switched to white, and I just used those. I just kind of like used what I had. But I used that for like 3 months, and then I finally purchased the Camlink. And then we used one camera, and we still had a Logitech C95. Like, it was very slow because it's very expensive. And just because your stream is pretty doesn't mean people are going to watch it. Wearing Crocs right now? Okay, guys. What's better, Crocs or Birkenstocks? My girlfriend won't let me buy Crocs because she tells me Birkenstocks are better. Okay, a lot of people are saying Birkenstocks, and dude, I'm kind of sad because the Crocs look, in my opinion, way cooler. Toxic relationships are very hard to leave. Many people get stuck. Yes, you're very right, Aberrancy. They've gotten used to it. Yeah, isn't that like, is that Stockholm Syndrome in a way? Wait, okay guys, I'm gonna make a poll because I'm just curious to see like what people are. Choose one. Crocs. I don't know how to spell Birkenstock, so I'm gonna say B-R-I-K Birks. There. I actually am very curious. Birkenstocks? I don't know. Now I know how to spell it. Damn, really? But Crocs are so much pretty looking, and you can decorate them and stuff. Birkenstocks unbeaten. Crocs are ass.
Crocs, because some of y'all, including myself, got toes that look like you play soccer with bricks.
Thank you so much, Pashendi. Oh my god. I like Crocs too. They look super cool, but a lot of people are saying Birkenstocks. Now, everyone who's picking Birkenstocks, have you tried Crocs too? Or is this like a very biased, like one-sided thing, like you own Birkenstocks? Yes, says Chozo. I love this mounting style, by the way. Love it. The fact that there's no adhesives, sign me up. Crocs aren't comfy to me. Can you put Birkenstocks into sport mode though? So Reagan wants me to get matching Birkenstocks or matching Crocs with him. That's the reason why I'm sold on Crocs, is because me and him can like bedazzle our fucking Crocs together and have matching Crocs. The Birkenstocks look boring AF. They look like boring slippers. And I'm kind of here to look cool while wearing things, you know what I mean? Crocs look cool. Jesus sandals, say it. They kind of look like Jesus sandals, not gonna lie, bro. They kind of do. That was painless to put on. Sometimes these are a pain in the ass to put on, but this was really easy. Pretty. Very pretty. Birks all day? Damn, okay. Looks like Birks are winning. Thanks for the follows today, guys. All right, let's unscrew this bad boy. Oh, I can hear the wind. The wind is pretty crazy outside today. Again, I fucking love the way this keyboard looks. To appreciate this design a little bit more, I love the fact that the weight kind of peeks out from the back, from the top-down view. I think that's super pretty. The extremely thin bezels, gorgeous. The fact that the seam in the keyboard isn't exactly like just a seam, it's done with a chamfer on it, beautiful. I think even the curves over here look fantastic. The way that the curves flow into the weight, give it some visual interest on the side. You know, I think this is a very pretty keyboard, dude. It's not always Stockholm Syndrome. That's when they fall in love with the abuser. Oh, okay, that's what that means. They'll get comfortable even though the relationship's uncomfortable. Then they'll stay because they're because they can reliably predict behavior. I see. Whereas leaving is unpredictable. That makes a lot of sense. in Canada? Huh, Concrete? Well, I do. How do you go about selling boards in Canada? Honestly, I don't. I am not the person to ask when it comes to selling things in this hobby. I am the last person that should give any advice. I have no idea. I don't sell anything. The last time I sold something on Mech Market was before I started streaming, I think. Just say, oh, this goes underneath. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, wait a second. Ooh, this is a fucking pretty build, man. What I really like is, even though this doesn't have a daughter board, I think maybe that might be my only criticism, but the fact that this is using a like standardized PCB really does mean a lot to probably a lot of people. But slips nicely underneath that little weight there. Very pretty, very pretty. Collection count? Dude, I've given away so many keyboards. Collection count's nowhere near where it used to be. Nowhere near where it used to be. For all good reason. Daughter board, schmodder board. Yeah, it doesn't make all the difference, but it does help if you have like, I don't know, very flexy, sometimes very flexy keyboards. Makes me nervous having a fixed point. Burks, pretty calamity. I think everyone voted Burks. I think this is the second time we've ever asked everybody, and everyone ended up going with Burks. I think that was the majority consensus. I still think Crocs look cooler though. That's not up for debate. Well, everyone's wrong, right, Rock? Crocs are not cooler. You don't tell me, you guys. They'll definitely look better. You're deaf wrong for that? You don't think Crocs look cooler? Wow. If there's ever a popular Alice PCB that's frequently available that includes a daughter board, I will definitely open source it. Yeah, I think that, like, honestly, and it's not like a game, like a deal breaker rather, Nom. I keep saying Nom. I guess it is kind of like Nom, but non. But, or is it, how do you pronounce your name? No Num Nums. That's what it is. No Nom Nums. No Num Nums. It's a tough one to read. Ooh, this looks pretty. Okay, hold on, we move some of this shit out of the way here. Goodbye, bubble wrap. This is a pretty board. Let me go get a blurple. Guys, Alex is thinking of the Lighting McQueen Crocs. I'll figure it out. Dude, Crocs look so fucking cool. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone says. Crocs look cool. I would want like a pair of just like nice like mustard yellow Crocs. You know, like rain boot looking Crocs. That would be sick. Blurple time. Time to gamble? No, I already opened up this one here. I opened it up because, I don't know, I really wanted to see it, but it was a disaster inside, as you see now. I have one other one we need to open still. Two more other ones we need to open. We'll gamble those. Oh, this might be a really nice fit with this. Okay. I don't know if I should put the escape. I like my escape here with this keyboard, but... Oof. Shiz, this combo works. Dude, I was telling you guys it worked. I knew this would look nice. Dude, this board is fucking gorgeous. I'm a sucker. This is why I also like the F18X so much. The thin bezels on it. I'm a big sucker. Like like my preference, this is as thick of a side bezel as I like. If I can get thinner than that, I'll take it. The thicker the bezels, the better. Don't get me wrong, I still really like the Piggy and stuff like that. Like those, like the really thick bezels look sick. But this, I don't know, they just scream like so elegant to me. Tones match. Yes, this is very pretty. I'm definitely going to be taking a lot of pictures of this.
You're the best, Alexotos.
Thank you, I appreciate that, Dozy. Hope you're having a good day today, man. Love a thick bezel. Tasman is better than Burks? Ugg Tasman? I don't even know what that is. Ugg's the brand that there's like brown booties that girls wear, right? They're fly? They're slippers? I think Dracula Alphas would look really good. I think a darker keycap set would definitely look super pretty on this, but we are using Blurple. And Blurple, oh, I don't think I have proper space bars for this though. Shit. What comes in Blurple? I don't know what we're, oh no, I think I do have some extra stuff for Blurple. Okay, I'll go check in a second. I'll go check in one hot second here. Because we can put this here. But I'll double check if we have the proper stuff for Blurple. Actually, this does look nice. It's not exactly the right tone, but I still think this looks like, it contrasts it nice. The holes on Crocs are like flex cuts. Okay, we can't compare the holes on Crocs with flex cuts. Those are for breathability. I still want one, man. I still want one pair of Crocs before I die on this earth. Before I perish, know this, chat. One pair of Crocs shall be mine. That is my birthday wish. Just get me a pair of Crocs one day. The board is real pretty. It is. Oh, does this have an extra B? I really hope it does. Let's put the 0. Okay, I'm actually curious to see if I have another set of or another piece of this set. Flex cuts are for flexibility. Breathability? No, I don't. Smooge. I got it confused with the Norse extras. These ones. I got it confused with what I had. That's okay. Eye holes or flex cuts for seeing? Jeez. This guy, they should make keycaps with flex cuts next. If there's one thing I could ever beg of you is for that to never happen. Can we beg for that to never happen? Flex cuts in my keycaps, I think I shall pass. I think. Those are called shine throughs? No, those aren't actual flex cuts though. That's like a tape mod flex cut, you know? Dude, I actually really like this set. I'm actually a sucker for this set right now. This is super pretty. It's this color is what I'm vibing with so much on Blurple right now. This is such a pretty color. Yeah, that's pretty looking. Damn, that's hot. Just flex cut the desk. You know what? I was talking to someone recently and they're just like, oh, they want a glass desk to like work on. Dude, the glass desks make me really nervous. I don't know if I could ever do a glass desk. I know they said it's just a work on, but like, I still don't know I don't know if I could ever do that. Page up. Page down. Glass desk is so bad. One mouse slam to say goodbye. Like, his reasoning when we were talking was you can clean it easier. Like how, like, is that really the game, the deal breaker or whatever? Like just clean desk? To me, it's just such a liability. Lane, thank you so much for the tier 1, dude. Really appreciate it. Oh. Dude, this looks so, look at that. I love this accent on the top with the PVD, man. there's nothing I didn't like about this. I think the only minor criticism I could possibly give this keyboard is from a perspective, again, but there's like a negative, and like I like the fact this uses a universal PCB. But I think down the road, like I'm still a, oh, this sounds clean. I still like daughter boards. Let's move this over. Oh, this looks real good. I'm gonna be honest, I think, never mind, you can kind of see it. I was gonna say, I think maybe those UV lights were a mistake, but you can see it. I like the diffuser on that too. I don't have anything else set up to activate the other diffusers, so, because we need like what, numlock and stuff for that shit. This is the thinnest bezels in the world, damn. It is such a pretty board. Like, look at this, guys. Look at this. No num-nums. Is there a date set for this? Because I didn't see any dates, and I don't know if you answered that before. When may be shut to ship? No, nothing. I don't know. We have to maybe go in and... Dude, my cable's been fucking weird lately. Yeah, nothing. No date set, still looking for a vendor? You're still looking for a vendor for this? Dude, we need to get you a vendor for this. Ooh. The typing angle on this is 4 degrees, 18.5 millimeter front height. Beautiful looking keyboard. Again, those chamfers on the seam, really, this is nice, man. This is elegant. I like this. We'll take a look at that kind of like side profile there. Again, it looks black here, but it's silver because just the reflection of my room. Very, very pretty, man. This is an elegant board. I normally don't, like, I know I'm usually pretty positive about things, but damn, I really like this. This is real pretty. Okay, let's take a look at what this sounds like, shall we? Notepad. Little HJ test for you guys. The alphas sound great. This is a clean sounding Alice board. Again, with Alice boards, you're not going to get the same poppy stuff that you do with a regular spacebar. So just like forget that from your brain. I don't think I've ever had an Alice board with that kind of poppy, short shift. It sounds super solid though. I don't know how I'm gonna do this to show you guys, because I don't type with my, maybe I do like this just to, nah, that doesn't sound right. Because my hand's like over here pressing this. I don't press it with my right hand. Nah, this is weird. He's typing bad things about us. I'm just typing I love you chat over and over and over again, and just random stuff. I said like hey, hi, hey, chat, I love you chat. When you joined stream during the sound test and missed everything, what's up, Brown Bear? Okay, alphas sound very clean. Again, with Alice spacebars, you're never gonna get something super poppy, so again, forget that from your brain. Alphas sounds super full though. Super full alphas. Really like that. Yesterday I had an Alice board with poppy spacebars, the right one to be specific. It's a little longer, so I can definitely understand maybe this one here a bit more poppy, but usually these ones here not too much. Damn, that looks good though. Little LEDs happening over there too. Very pretty. I was so nervous with the Alu plate. No, I think the alu plate really works with this. Yeah, like, if you went with a different plate with this, it would be very muted, IMO. Yeah, too muted IMO. I think the alu is perfect for this. If you went with palm or PC, maybe FR4 or carbon fiber could be really awesome for this. But I don't, again, personal preference, I just don't know if palm or PC would be a good fit for this board. Because you're already getting really, really good tonality out of this board with an alu plate. It almost kind of sounds like we have an FR4 plate in here. Dude, this... Let me actually just take it off the desk pad so you can kind of appreciate some of the way this looks a little bit more. Look at that. I know it's shaking a bit. Bear with it while it stabilizes. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that really pretty? Yeah, tonality-wise. That's not on the desk pad, but still actually has really good tonality. Very, very pretty. Good sounding alphas. Solid sounding spacebars here for the Alice. Solid sounding modifiers. Solid sounding tab and caps lock, which I usually really like too. I like playing around with those buttons. How do you get that texture for your desk? It is actually a countertop from IKEA. $99. All around just solid board, I think. Bezels are super, super awesome looking. Like, look how thin that is. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that right there. Look at these bezels. Very pretty board. And then again, from a side profile. Yeah, I hope you get a vendor very, very soon for this because I think this is a nice board. It is very nice. It's hard to kind of show this on stream, by the way. Let me unplug it. Please stay. You can kind of see how it raises up over here. And those are due to those kind of curves up over here too. You can kind of see what the highlights. Ergonomicness, it's like any other Alice. So I can give it the same rating. I mean, it's nice because you can have your arms like this, opposed to your arms being like this when you type, right? So you get your arms a little bit more to the side. It's a little bit more natural feeling. You do have a slight adjustment to typing. Like I don't type well on Alice boards because my typing method is not touch type. Alex makes the vendor. Make Alex the vendor? He can handle it? I don't know about that, my guy. I don't got that much room in this condo, bro. I don't know about that one. Very, very nice though. Very pretty board. Okay, guys. I'm very happy to have done this. This is the Alicia. Please show some support if you guys can to No Num Nums. Genuinely very impressed with this. Very, very impressive board. Visually very pretty. Makes use of a great mounting style as well. Can't forget that. I don't think we touched on that part enough. Great typing angle. I personally like 4 degree. Obviously that's personal preference. Great front height as well, but let's just say tops 19 mil. Very comfortable. Great typing experience. Great build experience. Very, very good. What mounting style is it? It is, I don't know the right word to use for this, but it uses the O-rings kind of like in the hex. Is there like a way that I should refer to this as? Was it in the IC? I don't even remember now. It's using those like O-rings and it's tabbed on the side there. O-ring tab gasket, O-ring tap gasket. That's what it's using. Kind of like on the hex, kind of like we did with the Ripple as well. W stream like always, thank you. Yeah, tomorrow we're doing Chimera.
Cancerous86 gifted a tier 1 sub to non.
Thank you, Cancerous. Appreciate you, dude.
They have given 238 gift subs in the channel.
Guys, I have not opened up the Chimera yet because I want to wait for you guys to open it up. So I have no idea what color we got. I know what switches we're using, but I don't know what color we got. But there's some other boards with low typing angles. The Mode 80 is a pretty low typing angle, right? I think the Mode 80 does. But other than that, not off the top of my head. I think mostly everything's like 6 degrees, 7 degrees. Bauer Lights soon. I'm talking to Omnitype about that still. I don't know the exact dates for that. Plank does have one, yeah. We're all here, open it. No. Tomorrow. Promise. Pinky promise tomorrow. Who can we go raid though, guys? Is Teja still streaming? Oh, he's doing his vinyls. Let me play some vinyls for you, Mr. Teja. Who else is doing keyboards? Oh, I think Marcia is. Let's go raid Marcia. Raid. Oh, why did it type in /poll again? Oh my god, I know why it's typing in /poll. Apiary key. I almost got confused and I thought this was an O. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Enjoy Marcia's stream. This was a pleasure to build. No num-nums. Like, seriously, it was. I love this mounting style. I hope more keyboards incorporating this mounting style in the future. It's so simple to use. It's been like, every board that I've used with it so far has sounded great too. The board is gorgeous, by the way. So great job on it. Thank you guys in chat for being here. Appreciate you guys as always. Love you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. We are going to be doing Chimera tomorrow. And then, God, we have a lot of streams. And then I'm gonna talk with Justin. I need to figure out when we're doing the derivative. It's gonna be before the 25th. I'm gonna throw it in to like maybe next week's schedule just for funsies. But yeah, we'll have a great day that day too. Anyways, have a great night. Love you guys. See you guys soon. I'm gonna go rest my toe because I can feel it throbbing, dude. I swear to God, if I stub it one more time, I'm just gonna like chop it off. I swear to God. Love you guys. Peace out and enjoy the rest of your nights. Bye-bye.